Now what we can do with this aside option we've used down here is add some code so that when we get to a certain size, for example full screen here, this box will actually appear on the right hand side of our page. So to do that, we'll go back to our CSS file. We'll add another rule down the bottom. To do that, we need an @media query tag. Type in all, so this applies to both a screen and physical printed page. Use the word and to make sure that they are connected, and then in brackets we add min width 900px. So this query will only come into effect only when the browser window is wider than 900 pixels. So any smaller than that, we won't see the aside box beside the main content. Need to start with the curly bracket. Going to set this to article. Curly bracket again to set these for article. And we need to type in float. We want it to float to the left, so our article is going to be on the left hand side. And the width will be set to 66%. We can close that article code off with another curly bracket. Now we need to set the aside code to float left. We'll set some padding on this one on the left hand side to 24px, so it's not right beside the content, and the width to 34%. Okay, now we need to close that aside tag off and also the media query tag off. We can save that and let's test that in our browser. So you can see there those updates are there, however our little box here hasn't moved up to our right hand side. So let's close that and we'll play around with these widths a little bit to see if we can get that to fix. So let's go 60, 30%. Preview again. And there we go. Our box has come up here. Now if we were using this on another device, as per our media query where we've checked to see minimum width is 900, if we go below that 900, you can see that's disappeared from the side and it's appeared down the bottom here. Let's browse that back up a little bit and there it is there. So I've changed my site a little bit now. I've changed the backgrounds of these sections to white, removed the background of the article so I can use my original purple background that I had. And if I come along here and preview this in Chrome, you can see there I've got an issue where my background isn't setting all the way down. If I shrink that down and pull this in, you'll notice that that purple background comes back. So if I look at my code, I need to have a look at this section here where it says media all and minimum width 900. So it's coming back when I go under that 900 pixels. So I need to add some more code here to fix that body up. So I'll type in body, comma HTML, because this applies to both those tags. Open curly brackets, close curly brackets. Refresh my CSS code. You can see it there, body HTML. If I edit that, come to the box, you'll notice here there's a height, and I can come along and type in 100 and change that to %. If I preview that again, make that full screen, I'm now floating and my window is able to come down. I have a little bit of a problem where it's not coming quite that far, so I could tweak that a little bit if needed. Let's change that 100% now to say 120. Try that again. And there you go, I've got this big section underneath, but at least I've got a background behind everything I need to. So sometimes you might need to play around with some of those values. So I've gone ahead and updated my homepage a little bit by adding some sections. I changed my quote here and put it into a section and applied the quote class to the section. I also added a header, so with digital technologies and homepage written over on the right here. So now we have a very basic setup for our website. We should have enough information now to start filling this out with the content that we need to as we move on through the unit.